Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Force Gaming, and I'm here with Dan from Gaia Force Gaming. And just like we said last time, we're keeping ourselves accountable. We got another topping list from Dan, so we got to make another video. We got to put it in the archive. So Dan, why don't you say hi to the people and let's just take it away.
Hello, people. Just trying to enjoy the Imperial format for as long as it lasts. I was lucky enough to get into the into the booster box regionals this past weekend. I was on the wait list, but I was able to sneak on in. I got seventh place with Old Reliable here.
Yeah, what was
To
the
go
final
through. Oh,
record?
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, what was your final record for the day? Was it X11?
X11, correct. X11 for seventh place.
All right. It's a pretty solid record. I technically dropped it undefeated at 303. I dropped,
Yeah, you did.
but so yeah. So you played Imperialdramon. Let's take. What were your matchups? What's the deck list look like? How do you feel about it in the format right now, and possibly future formats since 2.0 is right around the corner.
Yes, yes. So we'll go through the list. The list doesn't have too many changes from the last time. It's literally I went to the 4-1 split now. I made sure these eggs. I kind of like these eggs a little better with the draw as opposed to the plus 1K. I found I still need more draws in this deck. This could always be changed for something else, but for now I just left it as is. The rookie lineup's pretty straightforward for the core eight. We know we need the Vmon searchers and the Wormmon searchers, the best things ever for the end of turn DNA. We got the three promo Vmons helped to reduce. These actually helped a lot when I was trying to count memory efficiency and trying to evolve for one less so I could keep turn somehow. We have the movie promo Wormmon, just kind of need that end of turn DNA. BT16 Wormmon. The more I play, the more I feel like I want to substitute this for something else. Could be a BT16 VMon, could be another promo VMon, not entirely sure. Or this could get cut entirely anyway for another level 5. But from my personal experience, if I cut this, I'll never see a rookie. And then I get nervous.
Yeah, because what's your rookie count at now? 13 or 14?
It's 8 plus 3, 11, 12,
13. Yeah,
13.
13 feels like the magic number for me too.
I feel like going to 12, I'm just like, oh, no rookie. Okay, that's cool. And we'll go through the level 4s. ET12 matching here of the XV and the Sting. We got one EX1 XV, two of the Stardex Stingmon, and the favorite Lydramon. Lydramon definitely staying in. If anyone has the champion stamp, please tell me, find it for me. The one on TCG player, talk to the guy, he's not letting it go, and it's listed as 3K, which is an absurd amount. Um, anyway, back to these. A lot of times I would have a piercing stack with no draws, and I don't know if I like that. This may become another Stardex Stigma and do a 3-3 split, honestly. Like I said, I kind of want the draws. The draws are nice.
Mm-hmm. Solid, solid.
Lydramon. Yeah, Lydramon kind of nice. You know, Floodgates, Pillowmon, Gatsumon, those things ruin our day. We want to get rid of those Floodgates if we can. Level 5s. These up. There we go. Level 5s here. Imperialdramons. 2-star deck. Busted one. I do want to add another one. I just have to update it. To be very honest with you, I actually didn't think I was going to get off the wait list for this Booster Box Regional. Otherwise, I would have changed it and then added it on. So I was like, okay, I'll just put it in my list, and then I guess I'm just playing with this. So I still want to add the extra level 5 here.
Would it still be over? I think last time you said it might be over a the Giga Death. Would it still be over
Yes,
that?
yes. I still agree with that. I still agree with taking Giga Death out.
Gotcha.
Or rookie, but realistically, I want to keep those rookies. Level 6s. We got the 2 fighter mode BT16. We got 3 fighter modes. I finally got the other one, so now they all match. And then 2 Hexablow. I do still like these ratios, honestly. I don't think I want to change them, only because just having the ace is so prominent when you're on a level 5. And you have obviously enough sources. This triggering this helps out a lot as well. And the Hexablow, I could go down to 1, to put in maybe a starter deck, Imperialdramon, right? Just take advantage of the Primogenitor and kind of just abuse and try to go into another level 5 if I had another level 5 in hand. But sometimes it just feels so good to have these. Against my Ancient Guru matchups, just going into Hexablow and then them going, oh, I can't suspend because you have a ton of sources and I don't. You have to really figure out a play to kind of get rid of it, right? The only way I think in that deck you have to Digicross for however many, right? Maybe 4 or 6, depending if you have the option or not. Digicrossing and then trying to bounce it is like their way to get rid of it. But there was one match where I had it on board and I had, I think I had a rookie, right? But I was like, okay, rookie plus this, I'm kind of safe here without you passing turn. So I really like the inclusion of 2 Hexablow, even though they got bottom decked a lot.
Yeah, Hexablow just feels like a very like utility driven card. It can do so many different things.
I agree. I think it's a good tech for it's a good top end tech for pretty much any blue deck. Honestly, can't go wrong with it. The fact that you can source strip and they don't have anything with a source, that's kind of crazy. It did help too, just bottom decking stuff.
Alrighty.
The one level 7, the Paladin Ace. It came up twice. I think once against Dex and once against Fenry, which obviously this is what needed sometimes. I think it came up once. I triggered the Primogenitor to protect my fighter mode ace, and just it became Paladin, which was kind of useful during the time because then it sent the trash back, and they're like, "Oh, I don't have access to my second hand anymore. What do I do?"
Yeah.
So that was definitely very nice to have as a one of. I can't imagine myself running 2 in this iteration of the deck. Gamers, we know we got the 4 Davis Ken and the 2 Memory Setter Davis. Everyone knows the Tamer's ridiculously busted to be able to play something, gain memory, and source strip. The fact that you can hard evil and then still gain a memory is still amazing. Just to keep turn, I had to do that a couple times when my hands were a little more awkward to keep turn, just so I can fish for another card or try to find the missing Stingmon. Options, same as last time. We've got the 3-return Primogenitor, the Gigadeath that could be a level 5, and the 1 Hammer Spark. I still like these ratios. Like I said, this could be level 5. I still like these. I was toying an idea with HPD, but I'm like, also, I think HPD is really more driven if you're running more of the Dragon modes, and you're like, okay, now I'm just going to use this or the HPD to try to go faster, you know?
Yeah. I think Primogenitor kind of just replaces HPD in the Imperial now. It does so much more for, like, not that big of a trade-off for the deck type.
Exactly.
And funny enough, Gigadeath, while in this format, might not feel super great in the deck space, I think as 2.0 releases, it gets a lot better with all of the new decks coming out and all the aces that are going to be flooding the board.
I agree. I think for 2.0, the Gigadeath might be able to stay only because, excuse me, only because right, a lot more decks are more driven with ace cards. Looking at you, Dynas and Lord Nightmon.
Yeah, Lord Nightmon is the big one. Answering a field full of Lord Knight or Shadow Seraphi or even Angels, like against like 3 Great Angel yellow would be. They build a big board, and once they get to that 6, it's hard to deal with them.
Yeah, if they have Dominion, if they have Dominion, I'm screwed no matter what. So
Yeah,
I do think since we're on the topic of 2.0 updates, I do think a Death X is still nicer than the deck. Obviously, space is tight. It's gonna get bottom decked more often than not, but I do think about a Death X sometimes only because a lot of people are gonna be going a lot wider, and sometimes you just need it. And realistically, I think for this format before 2.0, right? A lot of people, not many decks are running a Death X now, so they'll just go wide and they're like, oh yeah, you can punish me, but if you don't, I'm just gonna cook you.
Yeah. 2.0, I'm super excited to see because it's a double set, we get so many new archetypes and so much support all at once. So I'm really excited to see how that shakes up the meta. I'm also super excited. This is the first Digimon Nats ever that we have the set pretty good amount ahead of time instead of the week before.
Yes.
Because every
Yes.
Nats up until the newest set comes out a week or two before Nats, and this one we get it this weekend, and we'll have a solid month and a few weeks depending on when your store gets their product to test. That feels great. I mean, I guess, does LM come out before Nats?
It does actually. So
So
we'll have
a new
for
set,
pre-release.
quote
Yes.
unquote, but it's like, how many new cards are in LM really? Like 25, 26?
We'll get the big honestly the biggest one will be the scrambles in my opinion.
And some
The,
of
the
the
inclusion of
aces.
yes, and the inclusion of some of the aces such as the Gabubandes, Agubandes, and Cyberdramon Ace. I think those are the three in my opinion that will have impact, right?
Yeah. Those three and the
Because you're running that
scrambles.
top end.
Oof, the scrambles are the biggest.
Yeah. The scrambles are going to be crazy. The inclusion of a couple of them in there will make a big difference.
All right, so walk us through your matchups. Tell us how you felt and how your day went.
Sure. So we'll go through the matchups. Round one, I played against Black Base Dexdoru, running a purple AG. So I was like, oh, this is different. It's Black Base. I was real nervous, but I was like, oh, I saw the I forget it's the BT16 Agumon that has reboot. And I was like, what deck am I facing? What deck am I facing? Um, but yeah, I was able to beat him 2 games. I game two, unfortunately, couldn't find a level 6, so I was saved by then because he had a lot going. I was like, oh, if he finds the level 6 and he can put it the Dex Dorgora, I'm just cooked. Played against round two, played against Omnimon, great player. He had game two, but I think he misplayed by picking because he was able to blast you to the Omni. But he bought sorry, let me rephrase. He bottom decked my fighter mode and popped my Imperialdramon. So since he chose those targets, I had this option on board. So I saved the sorry Imperialdramon, and I was able to evolve into the fighter mode and then bottom deck his Omnimon. So he's like, oh crap! If he did it the other way, I wouldn't be able to protect it from being popped, and this would have gotten bottom deck the Imperialdramon, and then I would have partitioned, but his Omnimon would have still been on board if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That helped a lot. Round three, played Fenrir. Fenrir, very scary. Game two, definitely had Giga Death and Security. That was my only saving grace. If it wasn't for that, I definitely would have been cooked. And game three would have been, who knows, because they run fast too. Round four, we got Split the Void Cheech. He was running Blue Base, Ancient Garu. It was good back and forth. Awkward game one for us. We were like, oh, we're just hitting each other. I think he was just Uko rushing me or Rookie rushing me at one point because he didn't have pieces and I didn't either. Game two was crazy. Game two, he recorded. Game two was crazy because he only found one Ancient Guru. I was able to pick him from 5 security to game, and I was like, oh crap. That was game three, same thing. He was really missing a lot of his Ancient Guru, and I hit the option security, and then I think his Ancient Guru deleted, but he didn't have Koji for either one of those instances, so he was a little behind in there. Round five, another Fenrir. Shout out to Digidorks. Played against Wolf Brigade. He was definitely had me what you call it in both of those games. But I think the game two really helped out. That had I was able to rush game two because game one I had the Paladin to stop him. Game two, Paladin was the first check, and I was like, oh, this is gone. This is my only way to kind of feel safe against him. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to rush, and I was able to rush before he could cook me. Round six. That was the one I was on stream. Mat off for the Eevee map because the blues kind of blend, so I didn't want to blend too much on stream. My bandwidth isn't great when there's like 5 people in the room with us. I got Galaxy looped pretty much to oblivion within like 15 minutes in 2 games, so definitely lost that one. Shout out to you, Luke. Round 7, played the boy Nikki D, played Fenrir OTK. We went to game 3. Game 1 or game 2 where he beat game 2, I think. I locked him, but he was still able to come back and I couldn't beat him. I think game 2 was the one where I lost. But game 3, I wouldn't say he bricked, but I think he didn't have enough resources to continue for that one. Round 8, played Jason, Ancient Guru, real scary. Game 1, I lost pretty fast, in my opinion. Game 2, I was able to take it. Game 3 was the funny one, because Game 3, I had obviously our favorite partition boy out there, and I hit his Heaven's Judgment in the second check, so I was able to partition and then do it again, swing 2 more times. So I felt bad for him. I was like, oh, I was just trying to swing to swing. But thank God for his security bombs to let me partition so I could make another one and do it again. And then round 9, we played the boy Digimon. He's playing Mirage. It was an awkward couple of games, so we ended up tying at the end, which was okay. I don't remember who won game 1 and 2. Oh, yeah, game by game 3, we were like, oh, okay. I think we finished with not enough time on the clock, so we're like, we can play, but no one's going to win, fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the X11 record, and we got 7th place with that.
Well, that's solid record. Solid plays. Congrats on the 3rd Omni. You're now beating me by 1.
Just 1.
Just 1, but, you know.
Just 1. I think I don't want to say I'm tied for the most Omnis as a I know.
I know there are people who own more, but I think the most won by a single person is 3, and I think there's 3 people who have done it.
That's what I was gonna say. I know there's at least 2 other people that have at least 3 Omnis.
I want to say that you're the 3rd, if not the 4th, who's got a 3rd. But,
yeah, I would say.
But I'd have to double check. I don't want to be on record being wrong.
I'm not the first, that's for sure. I think say it's Steve who was the first one to get 3 Omnis, but I could be wrong. I don't want
to. Yeah. If you've won 3 Omnis, drop it in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, for real.
Let's start a club, the Multi-Omni Club.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Steve was the first one to win 3, but I don't want to.
But Gratz, I think this list, other than a couple rookies, is almost exactly the same as your last list we put up here.
Yeah, aside from the eggs, honestly.
Yeah, the eggs, and I think 1 rookie difference, or am I remembering wrong?
It's just the eggs.
Okay. Well, I mean, anything, like you said, you would have probably put in the 7th level 5 if you had more time, if you knew you were getting in. But again, that could probably change for 2.0. Like, how are you feeling about Imperial going into 2.0?
Not the greatest, but we still have time to test, right? To kind of figure out what to do. I think it depends. Obviously, it always depends on matchup, right? But a lot of it is X is great against the hybrid matchup, right? Don't get me wrong. But it depends how many tamers they're gonna drop on you, right? X doesn't matter if you're already dropping like 3 tamers. Like, okay, I'll wait it out top Hex later, or when I evolve up to my bigger stack.
Yeah.
But Imperial itself, I mean, the name of the game is to go fast. So we can check a bunch of security, but in anything in a tamer heavy format, if I give you like 2 tamers, I'm probably not in the best position anymore, especially if they're the tamers that let you, scratch 1, draw 1, right, and kind of start cycling more. But Lord Digimon Ace just exists in my head all the time now, like, oh, that thing exists. That's a scary thing. I don't want to swing. You go into that, now what do I do, right?
Yeah.
It's not the worst. I just think we need to test a little bit more. We need to kind of figure out the game. I think with a scramble, the deck is better, but we don't have scramble till December, so we're going to have a November testing month without it. Kind of figure out what to do right there.
Yeah, I know. I think my locals, we've talked about proxying the LM cards because since we're so close to Orlando, we're all going, even the people who don't have invites yet, so...
Yeah, why not? If you're in Florida and you can make the Bandai Card Fest Orlando, you should go. If you're not even Florida, just within a drive, you should go because the side events are going to be crazy. The free promo items you're going to get is going to be crazy. I'm sure they're going to do a lot of stuff, just like the last Bandai Card Fest. Even the one in Dallas, everyone had a great time from what I heard.
Yeah, they've been super fun. Bandai's really been kicking it up into high gear with their in-person events. Specifically, their card fests have been great.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to secure maybe one of those Gundam pre-release. I don't know what it's called. Sorry, pre-celebration kit. I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Gundam stuff.
Yeah. Either way, again, grats again on top 8. another regional in the book. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some more deck lists. I think the next regional will be in 2.0, so that'll be fun to see if we can get a couple of topping lists with that too. So anything you want to tell the people? Any shout outs you want to do before we wrap this up?
Shout outs to you, Tyler. Shout outs to Gaia Force Gaming. Shout outs to all my opponents. Anyone playing Imperial, I get it. You know, it's a fun deck, but it also can feel oppressive at times. Everyone's always saying, "Hey, limit Davis Ken, right? Limit Davis Ken." We can bring the healthy conversation of the level 4s being kind of busted, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of free memory, but it's always one floodgate away from being just a bricky deck.
Yeah, just drop those Madokis. Oh, Red does get their floodgate now. Red gets their version of Madoki/Gazi.
Yeah, but they get their 2K one, right? They start with the 2K one.
Black has the 2K one as well. I'm talking about the red.
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't Red start with the 2K one? They just skip the 1K floodgate altogether. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent.
Everything too now.
So, well, thank you again, Dan. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more deck list, gameplay videos, all that fun stuff. And like if you voted for this, leave a comment if you love Digimon, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.